So, my good people, let me bring this message of truth to you today. And I'm talking about AEW versus WWE. Now, I want to tell you, in terms of the WWE, all of the slaves, yes, you slaves, always bragging about somebody else's money, somebody else's success. That's the least of my fucking worries. You know, how much money this person making, who paying this and that. No, we will straighten out misconceptions and bring the facts about things. But in terms of gloating about how much money somebody else make, how the hell am I more concerned of bragging about somebody else's money? I'm more focused on how to get my money up, okay? Providing for my family and doing things of that nature to make life easier. I don't care about how much money Tony Khan has or how much money the WWE has. So when you hear me speak and say, well, it was going to take another billionaire to be able to run a wrestling company where they don't run the risk of not being able to pay people. You see, you guys, you overlook how many countless wrestlers run to WWE just to end up going elsewhere. You guys, especially when they come to AEW. And like, for example, when you bring up the name Keith Lee, you bring up the name Rusev, you bring up the name Aleister Black and say AEW didn't do anything with them. There's things that didn't happen. We don't always know why, like I said, but what the fuck did the WWE do with them? In fact, didn't they all run from the WWE to come run to AEW? And since Rusev has been back, please tell me what the fuck he's done that you even care about or even remember. What has he done? They're going to bring Rusev Day back? What has Rusev done? Nothing. It's not Rusev's fault in terms of how he's being used. But all of these people, Andrade Idolo, all these people come running, and what did they do? You see, here's what happens. AEW gives you opportunities to come there and shine. They give you opportunities to come there and let's see what you have. Let's see what we can come up with, and the ball is in your court. Whereas WWE is, no, this is what you're going to do. This is what we want you to do. This is what we want you to say. Okay? And that's why everything becomes so stale. Just like, for example, when you listen to music, and for a long, even now, but for a long period of time, we were going, man, every damn thing sounds the same. It's like it's the goddamn same producer, the same, what they call these people, basically to like enhance the artist development. It's like, goddamn, everybody's rapping and singing about the same stuff. The same way, the same flow, the same cadence. They dress the same, they look the same, they sound the same. Yeah, that's what happens when you're not allowed to be creative on your own. Because these people are telling you, well, you might be a good songwriter, but you don't have good song structure, or you don't have good topics. You know, we know what to do. No, all you do is make a bunch of songs that sound radio friendly, that you feel is going to be hit after hit after hit, because you're all about making money. It's like a fighter that's fighting for money, not his legacy. He doesn't care about his legacy. As long as he leaves that sport filthy rich, and you look at his legacy and say, damn, this dude only fought 2 top-level guys his whole career. You know? But he's rich as hell. Okay. Anyways. AEW versus WWE. Here's the deal. AEW is all about giving its fans the best product that it can. They're not here to try to block anyone. They're not here worried about competition. They're not worried about jealousy. They're not focused on the petty nonsense. Once again, I've heard Triple H say so many things about AEW and different people from WWE. Why? Why are they so angry and pissed off? I'll tell you why. Because Tony Khan did the unthinkable. See, once again, what I'm getting at with all of this is WWE purposely, I told you this in the previous video, purposely making shows happen, trying to block AEW. You know, trying to own everything. You see, I'll tell you something about you slaves. You guys respect and bow down to dictators. That's what you do. You don't like freedom. You don't like the fact that, David stood up to Goliath. No, who are you to stand up to me? I'm a giant, and It's a bullshit story, but you know what I'm saying. Bottom line, David took down the Goliath by himself, right? So plain and simple, you guys are slaves to the machine. And this is what they've been used to. Okay, when WCW went away, first ECW went away, they were no competition. And if you guys remember back then, okay, the WWF, they were bringing ECW guys and they were trying to do the same shit to WCW. They were trying to do everything that they could to combat them. And when the NWO started, it was just like, wow, okay, this is new, this is refreshing. What the fuck, how do we counter this? Okay, they tried to do everything. And Vince McMahon is so egotistical. This is why you guys kill me always talking about how they miss Vince McMahon. Vince was full of shit too. Vince was better than Triple H by far at how he put shit together. But he had his bullshit too. And there was never a time where I just loved what the WWE did. Never. There was time they did some cool shit. There were wrestlers that I liked. There were moments and things that they had, certain pay-per-views, certain, but overall, no, they had their bullshit too. They had some goofy-ass wrestlers too. They had a bunch of goofy shit. There was never a time, and this, right now, this era is no different. But when you guys talk about all this shit about Vince McMahon, let me tell you guys something. His fucking ego made him use a storyline that he single-handedly crushed WCW. And what did you fools do in the audience? Yeah! Right? That's what you think happened? Okay. Well, here's the deal. Once WCW was gone, who else is there? Then TNA comes along. Oh, it's a little small company. Oh, okay. No competition. 99 cent pay-per-view. Oh, okay. This is a joke. No. And all of a sudden, this little company called TNA was resilient. And they kept growing and kept growing and kept growing. They went through their growing pains, and every single year it was said they were going to go out of business. People were wishing this on them. People just have this slave to the Dave Meltzers, everybody, the Zeb Combs, everybody, even people that worked for them at some point. Ric Flair, all of them. The people, Booker T, they're gonna go out of business soon, man. Where they going? I don't see this. I don't see this work gonna last a long time. To be honest with you, man, I just see the WWE did everything about wrestling. Yeah, and then you went and worked for them and made a paycheck and then made fun of them because they were paying you for fucking nothing. This is what I mean about people that claim they love the wrestling business. My attitude is this: I've worked and done a lot of different type of jobs. I've supervised, I've assistant managed, I've managed, and I can tell you something. One thing I've always taught people: if you see a coworker struggling, don't fucking make fun of them and laugh at him and come to tell me like you're trying to snitch. Help him, help her. That's what you have experience for, not just so you can do your job. But what do you have against helping people? You were new at one point and didn't know what the fuck you were doing. Okay, but bottom line, what I'm saying, guys, Vince did the same thing. He always wanted to make you think he didn't see TNA as competition. And he did the same thing. Let's try to block TNA. Let's put shows on the same night as TNA. And TNA moved Impact several times. See, you guys might not remember that shit. They did shit on purpose to block TNA. TNA didn't have the financial resources, and that's all the WWE ever had over them is the money and the connections. They didn't have better wrestling, but they knew that they had a more powerful tool on their side. Okay? Well, they're trying to do the same thing with AEW. See, you can try to book your Great American Bash the same day as All In. AEW fans isn't going to abandon AEW to watch a WWE product. This is where you fucked up. This goes to show you the desperation. So they can talk all this bullshit they want about, oh, they're not competition, we don't see them as competition, bullshit. You're going out of your fucking way. This isn't the type of shit where it just worked out that way. These motherfuckers are purposely scheduling their shit the same night as AEW because they want to try to block them as much as they can. You can go and try to buy all the wrestling organizations that you possibly can. That doesn't mean shit. See, they want to try to block. They this whole thing, we don't want them to have a business relationship with any other companies that we want to get talent from. And if we can buy up everything, we will. See, this is the Vince McMahon model. Let me buy up AWA. Let me buy out Smoky Mountain. Let me have access to their catalogs. Let me buy all the competition that we tried to block you wrestling fans from watching with our fucking greed and bullshit. And that's all you're seeing. It's not working though. See, Tony Khan is also a multi-billionaire. His family's multi-billionaire. They're rich people. So, not to mention the relationships that they have. So, you cannot block AEW. You can put shows on whatever night, and it doesn't matter. AEW is not tucking their tail going, why are you doing this to me? This is what WCW, when WCW was kicking WWE's ass, remember that pussy-ass commercial they had? Remember that little commercial they had? You know, wrestling fans should be able to enjoy, several nights of wrestling per week. But WCW choose to put Nitro on the same night as Raw. Remember that pussy-ass waving the white flag, begging for mercy shit? Okay, well, that's exactly what the WWE did and what they're hoping will happen with AEW. But AEW don't have a reason to fold. You see, they're in a very, very, very extremely comfortable place. They're in a great position. You think that the WWE isn't worried? You're fucking stupid. You're dumber than we thought you were. Because you guys are being told to fuck off. You guys are being told that you're miserable, which you actually are. Like I said, I can't disagree with Rhea Ripley. You guys are miserable. And you're a bunch of cucks, because the fact of the matter is, you don't have a right to voice your opinion about the WWE unless you're sucking them off about how great they are. But when you don't like something that they're doing, and especially when it's like back to back, just it's like a consistent thing where the shows are just sucking. Well, we can't say that the WWE sucked, but then give AEW credit, because we pledge allegiance. You guys are a bunch of slaves. You guys are like Trump supporters. You motherfuckers sit there and listen to this man say racist shit, do racist shit, but you don't question it. You don't use your common sense to know it's racist and say, nah, I don't want no parts of that shit. No, you guys call him our president, our great leader. No, nobody fucking leads my black ass. I'm my own man. But you motherfuckers, with this poisoned brain that you have, you don't even realize it about yourselves, because to you, this shit's normal. But I'll tell you what, for every wrestler, whether it's John Cena, Bobby Lashley, Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm, any and everybody, Dustin Rhodes, Adam Cole, anybody, they've all told you the same thing, man. It's great having AEW. For one, there's another company out there that can pay you the same and even more than the WWE will. So we don't have a problem with that. And two, they're on primetime TV, and they're a growing company that pretty much is very powerful. But you know what? Let you WWE retards tell a story. They're going to go out of business. It amazes me, if right now, like, for example, with this DEI nonsense and Trump having people feel like it's cool to be racist and show it, and you see why people are getting their ass whooped. Like, just for example, you see the guy that went and got his ass whooped because he went up in this place calling people niggas. He was dancing and everything, and I don't know if he was drunk or high or both, and he shoved someone and he got this shit beat out of him and got whipped and stripped down naked, right? And the police called it a hate crime. No, it's not a hate crime. You see, this is you being a victim of your own stupidity. Example, I don't support no type of supremacist at all. I don't care what color you are. I don't support dictatorship. So when we speak against white supremacy, I don't give a fuck that you're white. If you feel offended because we speak against white supremacy, fuck you, because you're a racist. And we're not saying fuck white people. No, it's white supremacy. It's this racist shit that's going on where you clearly see what's happening. You clearly see who's doing what, but you want to turn a blind eye to it and want to play the double standard bullshit and talk shit about black privilege. What the fuck is black privilege? Please tell me. What the fuck? That doesn't even fucking exist. That's some bullshit that some racists made up. And it's, what's this other term they use? Black fatigue. I'm just like, man, you know something? When you are dumb as fuck and you don't even realize it, you're sad. And I'm telling you, these are the same type of people that's sitting here watching WWE as well. When you go out of your way to leave multiple comments in somebody's comment section about hatred, what kind of person are you? I know a couple of weeks ago, somebody was at a Raw or SmackDown or whatever it was, and somebody had a sign up that said, "We are awful people," because this is what John Cena said. So if John Cena tell y'all a bunch of bitch ass niggas, are y'all gonna sit there with signs holding up your head going, we're a bunch of bitch ass niggas? Because John Cena told you were? This is the type of mind control that they have over you guys. He had you guys chanting, we are sorry. We are sorry, right? This is the type of, oh, we were just having fun. No, you guys are a bunch of cucks. You do this shit to men when they walk out. I'm not bowing to no fucking body. Without us, they don't make money. We don't buy pay-per-view. We don't buy tickets to go to. What the fuck do they? Nothing. But you guys empower them and make them feel like they're better than you. AEW is a company that's going, hey, man, we're here for the people, for the fans. We're not here to brag about how much money we have. Now, conversations come up. Tony Khan's not going to sit here and let you think he's some slouch and, because you want to throw figures and talk about what the WWE said or what they did. You guys don't even think Tony Khan's supposed to fight back. What kind of man are you? You're the type of guy that a guy can come in your house and say, what are you still doing here, man? I came to fuck your wife. We thought you'd be gone by now. Either leave or you're just going to sit and watch or listen from outside the room. And your stupid ass would probably be sitting holding her hand, watching her get screwed by another guy. But she said she loved me, and she said it meant nothing, so I believe her. That's you guys. I'm not saying this to be insulting. I'm saying this truthfully. That's you guys. You guys think sitting on a keyboard all day long because you have no life. Just like Rhea told you, you're miserable, and all you do is spew hate and talk stupid shit. Which is why I say, why do you watch AEW videos? Why do you watch anything that has AEW content just to come on in and complain like people are going to change their stance on what they feel because you feel some type of way? Why? Because you're miserable. That's what miserable people do. That's what they do. And I'm telling you factually, WWE has always shown all this bullshit. Even Chris Jericho, that shit, people, oh, Vince McMahon loves competition. No, he fucking doesn't. No, he doesn't. He loves the idea of being the only major, federation, and then he got the money to pick and choose who you want from other federations when their contracts are up. Simple. And I can buy you out if you guys are, you're struggling or whatever. Hey, we're putting you guys out of business. Nobody's watching you because they're watching us. They hate the fact that they can't do that shit with AEW. They hate that shit, man. You are people that don't even like wrestling. You just like stupid storylines. You like childish shit. You're the type of dudes that talk tough on the keyboard, but in public you're pussy. You wouldn't say nothing tough to anybody unless they look like a nerd like yourself. Otherwise, what the fuck are you actually, what are you actually talking about? What are you talking about when you're talking about the WWE don't even see AEW as competition? They don't even sweat them. Now, you think that just think about all the fucked up things that they said about TNA. How they had Adam Copeland and Christian and AJ Styles on that little bullshit Legends deal shit they had when they were interviewing AJ and they were making fun of TNA. Yeah, now they're doing business with the motherfuckers. You don't understand what this is, and you don't understand how incredibly soft and weak Anthem Sports and the people that run TNA is, because look at what they're agreeing to. They don't even have a fucking champion. And when they were working with AEW, you see what you fail to realize, AEW was trying to have a partnership with TNA. TNA is a little tinker toy of a company compared to AEW. Okay? They were trying to have a partnership to work with them, the Forbidden Door concept as well. But it was one of these things where when you look at who TNA has, none of them are superstars. And anybody that has any type of credibility that's well-renowned, let's say to speak in the world of wrestling, is somebody that was released from WWE. For example, when WWE was beating times where they were beating AEW in the ratings with NXT, everybody celebrated, right? Made a big deal about it. Like I told you before, right? And what did Triple H say when AEW starts kicking the ass of the NXT? Big deal. You beat our developmental. Oh, the same developmental that beat SmackDown and Raw at the Survivor Series, right? Clean swept y'all. That same developmental. You see the hypocrisy? Oh, now it's big deal. You beat out. Yeah. And when I tell you motherfuckers, it's just a developmental fucking a group of rookies and underclassmen. They haven't achieved shit yet. Remember when they first rebooted that shit and they had the bright white and colorful, stupid looking logos and shit, and it looked like some cartoon shit, and people wasn't digging that new look, and the crowd was so silent. They had all these new people come out, and then basically they wind up going back to the black and gold. Eventually now it's like gray and black or whatever. But bottom line, that little cartoon look that they had. You know what was so funny about it, man, is they tried to introduce new talent to you guys in the way of, hey, man, I remember the comments. They were, telling the fans back then that you guys need to just be fans and learn to appreciate what we're doing for you guys and this and that and blah, blah, blah. No. Hey, you rebranded, let all these different people go. And Keith Lee and all them came running to AEW. But you see, the thing is, when they did that, it didn't work. When AEW came along, out of nowhere, and their very first show, right? 10,000 strong. And it increased from there. The problem with the average wrestling fan that's not a just straight up wrestling fan and understands, hey man, we're here to embrace what's being done and let's understand the product and, support it. In that sense, it's more of a, when a new company come along, we want to see you do some shit that WWE can't do, and to the point where the imagination is set so high, and yet they're so influenced by people telling you this company's not going to last 2-3 years tops. They're out of here. Now they're going on 6, and like I said, little Tinker Toy TNA is in a 21st or 22nd year, something like that. Okay. And look at where they are as compared to where AEW is. And the very competition that was burying you are the ones you're partnered with, and you don't even have a fucking champion of your own. Your champion is a fucking 7-year fucking wrestler who basically has done absolutely nothing in WWE except win that bullshit North American Championship. But nothing on SmackDown, nothing on Raw. Now, isn't it funny how Triple H uses the whole big deal, you beat our developmental league, right? Right. The same developmental league that you send CM Punk over there, send Rhea Ripley over there to have a match, Becky Lynch. Yeah, right. You see the hypocrisy and the hatred is so fucking real. So now when he says that, and I'm telling you guys, you still don't get it. TNA is not going head up with SmackDown or Raw. They're going head up with the fucking developmental league. Have I not been telling you guys this shit for the longest now? And so, TNA veterans losing to rookies. TNA veterans losing to guys like let me give an example. That bullshit storyline between Obafemi and fucking Moose. Moose says, I've been looking for this day for years now, and I knew it was only a matter of time before you and I faced each other, really? So you just telling me you just out of your ass knew at some point NXT and TNA will be working together? And instead of you shooting for a Seth Rollins, a Roman Reigns, a John Cena, a Cody Rhodes, you shoot for fucking Obafemi. Or fucking Obafemi. But like I told you, Moose got pinned by Zilla Fatu, a fucking rookie, at Fourth Rope Wrestling. Yeah. And there's several times you can watch matches of Moose and different TNA veterans getting beat by rookies. So there's nothing about this product that makes it, I tell you what, I watched Steve Maclin versus Matt Cardona match the other day. They had a cool match. Okay, had a cool match, and Matt Cardona lost. Now, here's the thing about it. They have an international championship. I like the way the belt look and everything. Steve Maclin has the title. What I find really weird in all of this, though, Steve Maclin isn't in any major storylines. Like, nothing potent. You understand? And the commentary goes, what did they say to your boy, Trick Williams? This is what a TNA champion looks like. So you're talking about a guy with the international champion. That's what a real TNA champion looked like. So what is Joe Hendry? Because he was your guy. He was Mr. Turnaround and Smile, biggest star y'all had in the company. What about him? You mean the sub champion was also better? Now, is Steve Macklin going to be the one to beat Trick Williams? And I'm saying that because they sound so stupid with trying to stick up for TNA with these weak storylines and making comments that make zero sense, because the truth of the matter is Trick Williams is your TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And you, a developmental wrestler. Yeah, now let's throw Triple H's own words back at him. A developmental wrestler is the king of TNA right now. Yeah, big deal. You beat our developmental. Right. And your developmental beat SmackDown and Raw in the Survivor Series. Right, the men and the women. Like I said, clean sweep. See, I have to bring these things up because what happens is you guys sit here and glaze the fuck out of WWE. You don't have any sense. You're like these people that go to church. They don't know nothing about the Bible. Bitch, you've been going to church 35 fucking years and don't know nothing. All you know is what a pastor tells you, but you've really read nothing and really digested it for what it means and understand what you're reading. But you repeat what your pastor say. Yeah. Then you have Sunday school and everybody's sitting in fucking church. Nobody's agreeing on nothing. Everybody think this verse means this. No, it can't mean that. It means this. No, it means this. It means that. Well, what does it mean? Well, we all have our personal relationship with God and God works with us all different. Prove it. Where'd you get that stupid shit from? Based on what? Well, I mean, the scriptures say, and then they read some shit that have nothing to do with what the fuck they said. This is all of you motherfuckers. I'm not separating you. This is all of you motherfuckers. You got racist people that go to church and claim to be righteous people. You got people out here that watch, child pornography, that support hate crime, they support racism, they support what's wrong with the world, and then they sit up and want to judge everything based on their fucking bullshit. This is all of you same motherfucking people. If you are a wrestling fan and you just love professional wrestling, like I said, you watch professional wrestling. I don't care that you pick and choose and have a favorite federation. That's cool. That's your prerogative. But when you overlook what's being done and you can't be honest, you are a scumbag of a person. Example, right? I like Aaron Pryor as a boxer. Back in the day, he's fighting Alexis Arguello. Panama Lewis, his trainer at the time. He goes, give me that bottle. The guy gives him the bottle of water. He goes, no, not that one, the one I mix. You can hear him clearly, right? Aaron Pryor's in the corner, he's dead tired. Alexis Arguello's across the corner, across the ring from him in his corner, he's dead tired. And all of a sudden, next round, Pryor comes out. This motherfucker gets a boost of energy out of nowhere. And he finishes Arguello off. Now, in the rematch, he destroyed him even quicker. But my point is, Panama Lewis got penalized and suspended for that shit. Decades later, all I put in there was blah, blah, blah. Stop that part. All I put in there, you was only supposed to put water in that motherfucker. See, it's like if you're watching the NBA and one bench has all just water and the opposing team, the motherfuckers got Gatorade. Like, no, that's not fair. And this is the mindset of people. We don't care what's fair. We don't care what's true. We just want to believe what makes us feel good and what makes us feel good about the WWE, whether it's true or not. This is war, man. TNA, they had the fucking cojones to say, fuck that. We're going to go head up and bring the Monday Night Wars back. And these pussy-ass WWE fans didn't want that shit. They were scared. They didn't want that shit to happen. You know what's so funny? I remember when they read the ratings. I think that night, TNA pulled a 1.4 million viewers, and WWE did a 2.8 or 9 or something like that. and people was, oh, they absolutely annihilated them in the ratings, and then, right? Now, this is when they were able to pull a couple million viewers, right? A million viewers in you know, whatever, over a million views. And bottom line is they sat there, they talked all this shit about it like it was the greatest thing. This past Saturday night's main event pulled, I think, a 1.4 some shit, or 1 point something. It was a 1.9, 1 point something. It was under 2 million. And people were like, they absolutely pulled great ratings. They pulled a 1.94 special is great to you? This is supposed to be better than Raw, better than SmackDown. This is a special. This is a free pay-per-view, so to speak. And it pulled less than SmackDown and Raw. If AEW, which is pulling right now, with their show on TBS and on Max, they're pulling close to 2 million views every fucking week. Why aren't these same people saying, hey, AEW's doing great, man? They're pulling like almost 2 million every fucking week now. Yeah, why? But somehow they pull, you know, like almost 2 million, and Saturday night's main event pulled 1.9 or whatever, 1 point whatever it was, and this was great for a show that's supposed to surpass SmackDown and Raw. If AEW put a special on, and that special draws lower than Dynamite and Collision, you think that, even if it's just slightly off the mark, you think that people will consider that a great number? And they're pulling almost a 1 point, they're pulling almost 2 million now? No. See, the mindset, they're controlled. They're controlled to say certain things and to see things a certain way. I guarantee you this. Anybody glazing WWE right now, if you were a wrestler or had some type of skill that AEW could use, you'd be a rat. Either you'd wake up and realize, man, I'm talking all this shit and hating on AEW, but fuck, man, I'm here and I'm loving it here. Or you'd be a fucking rat. I work for AEW, but hey, man, I really want to work for WWE, or whatever. And that's your prerogative, but I wouldn't hire, if I'm running the company and people are shooting my company down, I wouldn't hire those motherfuckers to come work with me. I wouldn't. And this is what you guys do. You sit here with your little podcast, your little YouTube channel, crossing your fingers, hoping that one day, like, have you noticed these people talk, they try to talk like, you know, reporters? Well, guys, if you've been watching, you know, Monday Night Raw, then you've seen the storylines between CM Punk and you know, Drew, whatever the fuck, what is it, Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. Well, you know that this feud has moved on, and this is the type of, you know, action that we need from the WWE. And right now, you know, things couldn't be, you know, any better. And I quote, you know, this is where WWE needs to be. I think it's fab. And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up, man. Got the little microphone set up, got WWE paraphernalia in the back. Like, bro, they're not going to hire you, stupid ass. You're doing all this blazing for nothing. And that's all they're hoping. And you want to know what's going to happen, if what would happen if you did? All of this shit that you're saying now, dropping the truth bombs about how the product sucked, you wouldn't say that shit if you were working for them, now would you? Yeah, all that shit you talk about AEW, if Tony Khan hired you, would you start working for them and start talking shit on your show? Nope. Nope. Because why? I don't want to lose my position. So if we're going to sit here and talk about truth, saying I'm telling the truth and actually telling the truth are two different things. Mark my words, the WWE is terrified of AEW. You can believe the bullshit you want about the only competition they have is Disney. And okay, you can. That's what slaves do. That's what house niggas and field niggas do. They believe whatever masters say. If God wanted me to be a slave, then I'm supposed to be a slave. I can't go against master because I've been put here to serve master, and that's how I appease God, by serving master. And that's your mentality. That's you motherfuckers' mentality. You really think that you're doing justice for WWE by being biased and making asses out yourselves and lying for them. I would love to see you motherfuckers at work and you go to your manager or something for something important, and that motherfucker tell you, fuck off. Hey, you're miserable. I would love to see your expression and reaction. You'd probably take your punk ass, wouldn't say nothing, but you outside swinging punches like, remember Cuban Gooding Jr. on fucking Boys in the Hood after the cops was violated him and shit. I'm so tired of this shit, and start swinging. Yeah, that'd be y'all. Won't do shit in front of him, but behind his back, he's every kind of motherfucker in the book, right? At the end of the day, y'all, you're only making yourself look stupid. This is where if you need a good woman to smack the shit out you, like, hey, psst, wake up, stop acting like a bitch. Did I marry a man or a little ass boy? Stop glazing these people, because this is what y'all do. We sit back, we watch the product, we want to see something solid, we want to see a good product. If it's not what it should be or what we would like it to be, and we speak about it, cool. You motherfuckers, though, will sit here, like I said, every single one of you that do this shit, you're bitch made, because you will sit here, like I said, and try to judge all of wrestling based on what the WWE is and isn't doing. And you don't think these motherfuckers see AEW as competition. No, they're terrified because they know they got the financial resources, the one huge advantage that they've had over every other company. You got to remember something. Tony Khan owns a fucking football team. His family's well connected and they're fucking filthy rich. Okay? Okay? Eric Bischoff didn't have the money. Ted Turner did. But Ted Turner didn't have knowledge of the wrestling business. He wanted a wrestling show, but he didn't have that knowledge to put into it. He didn't have that drive. It was up to whatever team he had. So whether it was Dusty, Eric Bischoff, Rick, whoever was calling the shots, these guys, what happened, okay? But that's what they've been used to doing, conquering everybody else. Being in a position to be the top dog where these guys, that's going to be the biggest problem. If they're paying this motherfucker $500,000 a year, and this motherfucker said, we'll pay you $2 million, what do you think a person's going to do? They're going for that $2 fucking million. Now, they don't have that problem. It's with AEW. That problem is solved. So now, the bottom line is, for a wrestler to be comfortable, to be who they are, and to work with the company that works with them, I wouldn't trade that in just to go to a company that's the bigger company overall, but definitely not better. I mean, it's like I said. I don't even know if arena football still even exists. But if another NFL, another football league came along and they had positive results, they were doing things. Of course, you're going to always have haters because there's supposed to be no other football league other than the NFL. But if these people hired me and I'm playing football, right? And I'm just saying I'm happy, I'm content with, I'm living my life, I'm enjoying myself. I'm able to go out and do other things and promote myself and help make more money and do things. And there's no restrictions on me to go out and live my life. Versus I'm working for the NFL. I gotta, everything is just rules. Don't do this, don't do that. You can't do this, you can't do that. This and this. Don't take your helmet off to celebrate. Whatever. Just saying. And I got a choice. You think that I care about somebody saying, hey man, you should have went to the NFL? Not to mention these motherfuckers, this new league is paying me every penny, even more than what the NFL would pay me. But I'm more concerned about, my legacy. If I go to, no, stop it, man. You're not even participating in a real fucking sport, okay? Stop it. You go to whatever wrestling company, like when people talked about, somebody was making a comment about Bayley probably going to TNA because she talked about going over there, and Bayley's not going to no fucking TNA. They can't pay Bayley. The only way I see Bayley going to a TNA, if WWE let her go, and they haven't been using her with the shit lately, is if AEW doesn't want her. But if you guys know anything, you know that Bayley and Mercedes Moné are best friends, right? In real life. And they spend time together. You see the shots. They, take pictures together and all. At some point, I wouldn't be shocked if she came there. Shayna Baszler, same thing. It's a step down to go to TNA. Now, am I saying she shouldn't? No, you go where you feel you want to go. But I don't see them being able to pay Bayley TNA can't pay her what the WWE is paying her right now. And you think that Bayley's really wanting to take that pay cut? You think that she want to go and work for a company where she's going to be wrestling against a bunch of fucking rookies and veterans that nobody really fucking know? And TNA sucks right now. They really suck right now. And if they had Shayna Baszler and Bayley, a guy like Braun Strowman, you think that Braun Strowman is going to choose TNA over AEW if Tony Khan is interested in bringing him in? No fucking way, bro. No way. And this is the second time they fired Braun Strowman over the same thing. Paid him a nice amount of money, but not utilizing him enough where that money, it makes sense to pay him that much money. What is Braun going to do? Tuck his tail and wait and pray and hope that they call him back? Or is he going to pursue his career? That's up to these guys, man. And I want to say this in closing, man. Bianca Belair stood up there and said, unfortunately, she had to take a hiatus because of her hand or whatever. Now, this was like, the following week? And Bianca was still looking jacked, shoulders all broad. She had veins in her shit and everything. And I said, I don't think she really hurt her hand. I think, who knows? I could be wrong. I don't know. She got personal things going on in her family because in her life, whatever, who knows? I know that with Jade Cargill, the more talk, you started hearing different things that you didn't hear before. So you never know what the reason is that a person is taking off. But I think, too, people have started booing Bianca. And there's no need to turn Bianca heel. Really, there's really no reason. And I think this is more of a let's take Bianca off TV. Let's make the fans miss her. I think it has more to do with that. Now, let's say she actually really did hurt her hand. She didn't say that it was broken or anything, or it was like to the extent where she had to be out this long. And she could just be taking a break. But I do still believe that this is like, hey, man, let's like I said, let's take her off TV. Let's let the fans miss her. And let's bring her back. Hopefully, when she does return, she don't just pop up one night and just come out and talk some lame ass shit. Then somebody comes out, interrupt, and now here's a new fuel. Hopefully they bring her back with something that's meaningful. Because Bianca Belair is one of the best talents that they have there. Let's just be real. Okay, I get so sick of people trying to talk about this shit like we're watching a real competitive sport when we're watching people who's in there performing something that you can consider an art. Okay, but at the same time, it's a lot. The wrestling does a lot of lousy shit, man. Like, let's just be real. Certain moves shouldn't even be done because it looks absolutely stupid. Certain things that they say shouldn't even be said. But Bianca start getting booed for what, man? What? Tell me what Bianca Belair did to get booed. I believe initially she was getting booed because it was a strong belief that she and Naomi both were in on attacking, Jade Cargill. But in terms of just, the constant booing going on, and like, I don't know. No, why are they booing her? So, we'll see what happens. She comes back. Did she come back as a heel? Did she come back as a face, then turn heel? I don't know. I don't see a reason to turn her heel. I really don't. Now, if her and Jade end up coming to blows one day, which don't seem like it's no time soon, if this is to elevate and push Jade, if when the two of them meet, it's better off if Jade is a face and not the heel. Simply because Jade is in a position right now where WWE has pushed her all wrong. Y'all can talk all the shit y'all want, but during the tag team reign with Bianca, all y'all motherfucking WWE slaves and AEW haters, y'all set up and criticize Jade the whole time. Everything was her fault, blah blah blah. Even though she was looking strong, looking dominant, this motherfucker had one botched move. And yeah, you could see that the matches wasn't like the move they were trying to do. And I think that's, like I said, it wasn't the right fit for Jade. It's simple. It wasn't the right fit for Jade. Just like it's not the right fit for Penta. It's not the right fit for Rey Fenix. But guess what? You know, you guys did all this criticizing. And so for Jade, it's the type of thing where people hatred for her and her coming from AEW and the hatred is just oh God, you guys are so stupid. I've never really understood how a human being can be so fucking stupid, man, until you just listen to people talk and read comments and you're like, wow, you a dumb son of a bitch. I don't know how the fuck your parents raised you. Maybe they didn't give y'all enough milk or something. Y'all, I don't know. They didn't give you enough love, enough something. Maybe they would give you a dirty pacifier. It's like really something wrong with you guys. But case in point, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, you know, the Shayna Baszlers, the Baileys, like all of these different people that we've seen better. We've seen better. Bianca, you know, they're starting to call Rhea Ripley Rhea Hogan. She keeps winning, right? Okay. Just like you motherfuckers who complain about Orange Cassidy. Yo, man, he keep winning, this dude's like Superman. Oh, man, he keep... You guys got a problem with everybody. If somebody's winning, they winning too much. If they're losing, oh, he's losing too. Everything has to be just this perfect, like everybody got all the answers for everything, yet you don't produce shit. Bianca Belair, okay, had racist people complaining because her face was on the cover of 2K24. Bianca Belair, there's nobody on that woman's roster that's a better wrestler than Bianca Belair. She can fucking hang with any of them motherfuckers. Any of them. The problem is, when creative gets to the point where they really just can't find anything for you that's going to have you stand out, and you just stay the same, a lot of times the fans want something different. See, and what they had in Jade Cargill, what they could have done with Jade Cargill, no, they want to come and put their little bullshit twist. Let's make her bougie. Let's change. Let's take that badass persona away. Let's take that cadence away from her and give her this little bougie, rolling her eyes, sucking her teeth, and all this goofy, silly shit, and just being it's like they have just a bunch of spoiled brats. It's like the female volleyball team standing around arguing about who's the best player on the team, and instead of working as a team, they go out and lose because all the egos are clashing. That's all I fucking see. And it's not even believable, and there's no kick-ass wrestling coming from the WWE side. WWE fears, they're terrified of AEW because they know they can match their money, they can out-wrestle these motherfuckers, and they can put on great shows, and they are. It's just that who's getting the who's the bigger company, who's the well-known. It's like Evander Holyfield fighting Mike Tyson. All these Mike Tyson fans for years, oh man, Holyfield kept headbutting. And I sat motherfuckers down on my couch and just show me. We're going to count the headbutts. All of them had the same exact stupid look on their face at the end of the fight, right? And the one headbutt that happened, and here's the thing. When Tyson complained to Mills Lane, he headbutted me. That's if he bit him. And he said, bullshit. He told him flat out, the person that was causing headbutts was Mike Tyson. Mind you, this is the second fight. The first fight went, 10, 11 rounds, and he stopped Mike? The second fight ended in 3 rounds. And like he said, it was an accidental headbutt. They're both coming in, charging in. And if you look at it, you can see Mike lower his head, and Holyfield's taller than he is. So you doing this, you're liable to get your face hit more than your head, by the top of the shorter man's head. But what did Mike Tyson say more recently? And I posted that on my other channel, on my boxing channel. What did I post? And I showed you. When they talked about the headbutt, the interviewer said, so when he talked about when he's fighting Holyfield, about Holyfield headbutting, he said, well, truth is I was headbutting him too, but I'm the one that got the sympathy. Enough said, right? Y'all see where I'm going with that. And that's exactly what this is. You think AEW is afraid to butt heads with WWE? Absolutely not. They show you that. So even if they schedule a collision to be on Thursday instead of Saturday, that's better for us AEW fans because we get both nights back to back. So we get that treat here and there. You can't shut down AEW. So what are they gonna try to? They're gonna try to bop all the promotions that AEW could possibly do work with to try to secure them being the only ones. Like you know what I can't stand about greedy people. Greedy people are very egotistical. They think they're better than you. And bottom line with greedy fucking people, they don't care about nothing except of the existence and the success of their company and to stroke their own egos. You guys are just too immature and too stupid to see that shit. That's facts. So for a company CEO to tell you to fuck off, for you guys to be told the truth about yourself that you're miserable, I'm just saying, bottom line, what do you think this means? Stop being a critic and be a fan. They don't care if you try to be a critic when it comes to AEW, right? They just don't want you to tell them the truth about their own bullshit. Right? If you can't beat them, join them. That's TNA's bullshit motto. Yeah. They know AEW is highly successful. Let's look at how long WCW was around. Let's look at how long TNA's been around. MLW has been around almost as long as TNA. And 20 fucking years for these motherfuckers. Look at what Tony Khan was able to do. And look at what TNA and MLW failed in any other company to do. Yeah. And look how fast this happened. And we're talking about a company that's only 6 years old. And you don't think that the WWE see the threat? Yeah, you guys are fucking fools, man. When you deliberately try to block shows, when you deliberately try to, do things to try to keep people from focusing on what the other competition got going on, and we're not worried about them. Yes, you are. You ever knew that guy? Man, that bitch a hoe. I don't give a fuck about her, man. Bitch gonna cheat on me with some broke ass man. Fuck, I don't give a fuck about her. Yo, man, I spent all this money on this bitch. I did this, I did that. I took her on vacation. Man, fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck about her. Even when that motherfucker mother had to go out. Yeah, you do care, man. Because you've been talking about this chick for like 20 fucking minutes. And nobody's gotten a word in except for you. And this is the reason why, no matter what they tell you, if you're too stupid to see what's right in front of your face, that's a you problem. Have you ever heard anybody from the WWE staff say, hey, man, we wish AEW nothing but the best, man. They're kicking ass out here. And, we love the product, man. That's what we do. It's the wrestling business. Salute to you guys. They can't do that. They don't want to do that. Why are you motherfuckers still here? Yes, we have fears because you guys are still here. Tony Khan's like, man, we're fearless. Triple H, bring it on, bitch. Well, we have fears, Tony Khan. Okay? Because you guys are still here. And that's the ego. That's why you don't prepare a fighter to go into the ring and expect his opponent to make mistakes that they normally make or whatever, because they might just clean that shit up when they fight you, and all of a sudden you find yourself looking around asking your corner man what happened. You just got knocked the fuck out. Yeah. So all that, they don't care, they don't see them as competition, and okay, keep believing that if you want to. If they didn't, they wouldn't purposely try to block what AEW is doing. And it's not succeeding. You can try to use bots to try to interrupt their programming. All of these little dirty tactics, it doesn't mean anything except for you're desperate. You're not nearly as bold as you try to pretend to be. You're not nearly as confident as you try to pretend to be. Like I said in the previous video, where Vince McMahon came out and admitted that there was a time where he was fearful that WWE was going to go out of business because WCW was killing these motherfuckers. But at the same time, guys, I'm not here to tell you I want to see WWE go out of business, whatever. It does nothing for me, whether they stay in business or go out. If AEW went out of business, it's like, okay, I miss watching it, but my life doesn't stop. But just saying, that's not what this is about for me. I'm here to tell you guys, plain and simple, man. You need to make wiser decisions and stop letting people dictate your life. And one, you act like you owe something to the WWE. So when they tell you motherfuckers, without you fans, there'll be no WWE, you can applaud and glaze all you want, but deep down inside, you're like, no, but we want to be your slaves, man. Please own us. That's your actions. That is your actions. You sit up all fucking day. Do you think Rhea Ripley sit up reading fan mail all day? You think any one of them do? Do you think the majority of them are the ones talking shit on their accounts responding? Nope. And I tell you, you're the ones watching them. So when you sit up all day long doing nothing but commenting on people's channels, what kind of life do you have? And you go from channel to channel and just post the same stupid shit over and over. Your WWE, these people lie to you, they mislead you because you're gullible. And if WWE was not concerned about AEW, they book their shows the way they do, and they wouldn't be worrying about trying to let me put 2 and 3 shows on all at the same time and try to cause AEW to have to move their show to a different time slot and all this kind of shit. Doesn't matter. Everything that they're trying to do, see, it backfires. It's like this, right? Imagine your wife go out, right? She get a promotion because she's smart, she's hardworking, and she earned it. That's cool, right? But what if your wife get a promotion because she flirts with the boss? She's fucking the boss. She's doing favors for the boss that you don't know anything about, and she gets the promotion. And what if you found out later, after you done congratulated, celebrated with her, that that's how she got the promotion? How would you feel? And how would you react? See, so my point is, when you do things out of a bad nature, it can blow up and backfire on you. Because you think you're just going to always be the one come out on top. Then you come across that one opponent that's not going anywhere, and they're every bit as powerful as you are, and they're growing still. And then you guys, what really makes me laugh, WWE is a very old company, and the fact that they're being compared to a company that's only been out for 6 years, it says a lot about AEW. And for the people that's sitting up here talking all this bullshit and hoping that they go out of business and wanting to see things happen for them in a negative light, well, hey, just make sure that your life is protected, because when you wish bad things on people, it could happen to you. In fact, worse can happen to you. Worse could happen to your children. Worse could happen to your parents. Worse could happen, and I mean this, you guys really need to grow up and wake up, man. Everything is not about just entertainment. So when I get in front of this camera, I'm not here to talk silly shit. I'm here to talk real grown man shit. And if you're just a kid, don't understand it, then get the fuck off my channel and don't worry about it. Go and watch some romper room shit or whatever the fuck kids do. And I'm talking to you kids that got receding hairlines and white fucking hair as well. That's all I got for you guys right now. Catch you guys on the next video.